Hey everybody, this is your worksheet number 3 for our Integrated Math 1 class final for the first semester, fall semester. So let's go ahead and get started. It's going to be kind of a long one, you guys. So it seems like I'm gonna go fast, but that's only because this is a long, this is the biggest flip chart I've ever made. There's 118 slides on this, so I apologize, you guys. All right, so this one says solve each system of equations. There are no specifics about substitution or whatever, but on this one I'm going to use the substitution method because right here, you guys, I can substitute in y equals this stuff right here for right here. So that's what this is. I just put in negative 3x plus 3 for the y. And then we'll distribute this negative 4 through. Negative 4 times negative 3x is plus 12x, and then negative 4 times 3 is minus 12. Okay, there that is. And then we'll combine those like terms. 5x and 12x is 17x. And then now I'm going to go ahead and add 12 to both sides. So 17x equals 17. So if we divide, we get x equals 1. And then plug in x equals 1 back up into the y equals equation. So y equals negative 3 times x, which is negative 3 times 1 plus 3. So negative 3 plus 3 is 0. So our answer is always an xy answer right there, okay? All right, so let's try this one. Sorry if I went too fast right there. Okay, so here, you guys, I'm going to use the elimination method, but before I do, I'm going to multiply one of these equations by negative 1. So I have negative 2y's on both of these. I want one of them to be a plus 2y. It doesn't matter if we do this one times negative 1 or the top one times negative 1. In fact, I forgot what I did. I did the bottom one times negative 1. So just go through and change all the signs, okay? And then we can slide the top one right on top. And then the minus 2y on top will cancel out the plus 2y on bottom, and x plus 7x is 8x, and 11 plus 13 is 24. So when we divide by 8, we get 3, okay? And then plug in x equals 3. I put it into the 7x plus 2y. You can put it into any of those equations to get y. Okay, so 7 times 3 is 21. Then subtract 21 from both sides. And then so 13 minus 21 is negative 8. So y equals negative 4. So remember, it's xy. So 3 comma negative 4. Okay? All right. I know it's going fast, you guys, but oops, let me back up. But otherwise, it's just going to be one of the longest I've had. So I apologize so much. Okay. I can make these both. Let me get my little pointer here. I can make these both 10y's or make these both, I'm sorry, 10x's or make these both 40y's. I'm going to make them 10x's. So I'll multiply this top equation times 5. So that way I'll get 10x right here. Multiply this bottom equation times 2. That way I'll get a negative 10x. So there that is right there. And then when we add those together right here, I had this one on our last test, this exact problem right here. So when we add those together, those cancel, so that we get 0 on this side, and then these cancel, so 0 equals 0 when we do that. And so when 0 equals 0, that's a true statement. 0 does equal 0, so that is infinitely many solutions, okay? All right, oops, gosh, I keep hitting it twice here. Okay, so I can make these both 15x and negative 15x or 36y's. I like the 15's better, so I'll multiply this one by 3 and this one by 5. I forgot which one I chose to be negative. Let's see, what did I do? I made the top one negative. Okay, so here we can go ahead now and add these guys together right here. So negative 3 times 5x is negative 15x. Negative 3 times 4y is negative 12y. And negative 3 times negative 30, and negative times negative is a positive 90. So let's go ahead and add these together. The 15x and negative 15x will cancel each other out. These are both negative, so this is going to be just like adding them together. So this is negative 57y, and then these cancel out. We get equals 0. Well, I had one that was similar to this on our last test also. Negative 57 times what number equals 0? Okay, so y must be 0. In fact, 0 divided by anything is 0. So if we divided both sides by negative 57, we still get 0. Y equals 0. So plug in 0 into any one of those equations. For y, I chose the top one right there. So 4 times 0 is 0, and then 5x equals negative 30. So 5 goes into negative 30 negative 6 times. Don't forget, x comes first, so negative 6 comma 0. Okay, let's try this one here. Okay, so this one here, I think I'm going to use the substitution method on this one because it has y equals here. Y equals this stuff. So I'm going to substitute in this x plus 3 for that y right there. Okay, so when we do that, I'm going to distribute that 3 through. And then look what happens, you guys. I get negative 3x plus 3x is 0. So I get 0 plus 9 equals 4. Okay, well 9 doesn't equal 4, you guys. So that means it's no solution. That just means those lines are parallel. They wouldn't intersect anywhere. So that's why there's no solution on that. And when it's infinitely many solutions, that just means one line lays right on top of the other line. Okay. All right. So here, let's. I can make these both. Make these both 6x and negative 6x, or 5y and negative 5y. I forgot what I did, but either one's okay, you guys. Let's see what I did here. I multiplied the top one by 5. That way I get the plus 5y. Okay, so right here, 5 times 2x is 10x, 5 times y is 5y, and 5 times 20 is 100. Slide this guy right down below that, and then the 5y's will cancel. So 16 times 7 is 112. So x is 7. So plug in x equals 7. I plugged it right there next to the 2. 2 times 7 is 14. So if we subtract 14 from both sides, we get y equals 6. So remember, it's x comma y. Okay. So this one says graph each line. Okay, this is in point slope form right here. Okay, so point slope form gives us, just think opposite, opposite. They're always opposites right here. So it's going through the point x equals negative 1 and y equals 2. So I'm going to go here, negative 1, 2, because it's in the point slope form right there. And then I used that slope right there. Okay, so I know it's going through negative 1, 2, and then I use this slope. It goes down 2 to the right 3. So from here I went down 2 to the right 3 and made this red point right here, and then just drew a line right there. Okay, so when it's in this form, y minus y sub 1 equals m times x minus x sub 1, just think opposite, opposite, and so that's our point that it's going through, so negative 1, positive 2, and then we can use our slope, so down, since it's negative, down 2 to the right 3, and then just graph them, okay? All right, this one here, this one's just, it's a x equals, so it's going to give us a vertical line. So let's subtract 2 from both sides, and negative 8 minus 2 is negative 10. So when we divide by 5, we get negative 2. That's just a vertical line right there, negative 2, okay? If it's y equals, that's a horizontal line, okay? If it's x and y, then it's a slanty, some kind of like with the line we did on the prior one. All right, so here we go. Let's graph this one. This one I'm going to use the zeros, you guys. So I'm going to plug in zeros, okay? So when we have zeros, just pretend like if x equals 0, cover up the 3x right here, and negative 5y equals negative 15, so negative 5 goes into negative 15 3 times. So I'm going to graph 0, 3 right there. Okay, and then when y equals 0, cover up that, and we're left with 3x equals negative 15. So 3 goes into negative 15, negative 5. So I'm going to graph that point right over there. So I'm going to just connect them up afterwards, okay? Okay, all right, so there we go. All right, so this one says graph each linear inequality. So this is shading, you guys, and then don't forget if it's a dotted line or a solid line. And this one is a dotted line because there's no equals bar, it's just greater than. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is do the zeros again. Let x be 0 and let y be 0. So when x equals 0, negative 3 goes into negative 6 2 times. So we get 0, negative 2, which is this point right here. Okay, and then when y equals 0, we have 2x equals negative 6. 2 goes into negative 6, negative 3 times. So we get negative 3, 0, which is this one. Okay, and this is a dotted line. Don't forget, it's a dotted line. And then we're going to shade one side or the other right there. Okay. All right, so we're going to test 0, 0. So let's plug in 0, 0, and I didn't put it up here on this right here, but 2 times 0 is 0. 3 times 0 is 0. So we have 0 minus 0. Is 0 greater than negative 6? Yeah, 0 is greater than a negative number. So since 0, 0 is true, then that means we shade the side 0, 0 is on. So I'm just going to shade this whole side right there, okay? All right, so there it is right there, okay? Okay, so Let's do that with this one. Okay, so we're going to first do the -4. Okay, so when it's in slope-intercept form, like this one is, y equals -2/5 x minus 4, go down to -4 right there. We're going to put a point right there. Let's see what I did. I'm going to go backwards here. Yeah. Okay, and then what I'm going to do next is use this slope. Okay, now the slope is -2/5, which means down 2 to the right 5. Well, this graph won't accommodate me to go down 2 to the right 5, so we just go backwards. I'm going to go up 2 and to the left 5, and I'll plot this point right here. Okay, and it's a solid line because of the equals bar right there, so let's go ahead and graph that right there. Okay, and there's the line, and then we'll test 0, 0. Okay, so let's test 0, 0. So I just plugged in 0 in both y and x, and remember, if anything times 0 is 0, so this times 0 is 0. So is 0 greater than or equal to 0 minus 4? Is 0 greater than -4? Yes, it is. So that since 0, 0 is on this side, and it was yes, then I'm going to shade this side of this line right there. Okay, so there it is right there. Okay, all right, what else? Okay, so this one is x is greater than or equal to -4. Remember, x equals -4 is a vertical line, so greater than just means shaded to the right there. Okay, I don't know why I changed shading colors, but I did. I probably started this on another day. Anyway, so there's that right there. Okay, so this one says graph the solution to each linear system of inequalities, okay, or each system of linear inequalities. So I'm going to first graph this line right here. Now imagine there's like a +0 right here, so this one's going through the origin. So I can't test 0, 0 on this one because this line goes through the origin. Okay, but it's going through right there. I'll put a point right there, and then I'll go down 3 to the right 2. Okay, so down 3 to the right 2. I'll put another point, and then connect these two guys up with a solid line right there. I think I did this one in red. And this one I'll let x be 0, and -5 goes into 10 2 times, so 0, -2 is right here. And then I'll let y be 0, and then so 2 goes into 10 5 times. So I'm going to graph 5, 0 right here. This one's a dotted line, so I did this one in red, this one in blue. I don't know if I tested. Did I test them on this? Let's see. Here we go. Yeah, I did test. And so what I did is I just tested. I'll show you what I did. So I didn't show that right here. So I can't test 0, 0. So test 1, 1. So if I plug in 1 right here, is 1 less than -3/2 times 1? Okay, so here's 1, 1. Is 1 less than -3/2? No, 1's greater than -3/2. So since this made it no, I'm going to shade this side of the red line. That's what these arrows are right here. And this one I tested 0, 0. Is 0 minus 0 less than 10? That's a yes. So since 0, 0 is on this side of the blue line, I'm going to shade this side of the blue line. So it's the intersection of the red shading and the blue shading. So it's this area and this area right here, this little piece of pie area right there, okay? All right, let's try this one here. Okay, so the first one is a dotted line. Okay, so what I'm going to first do is go up to +3. So here's my +3, and the slope is -1, which is -1 over 1. So at this 3, I'm going to go down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1. Okay, so I'll do that one in red. It's a dotted line because it's just less than. And then this one, let's do that. I think I know what I did here. Okay, so there's that one. Okay, so this other one right here, I have to subtract 5 first, and then I get 2x is less than or equal to -4. Then we'll divide by 2, so x is less than or equal to -2. So x equals -2 is this vertical line, and less than would be this way, so shading to the left right there. Okay, so there's that line, and it's a solid line. Okay, so let's check it out, you guys. So see where it's shading. It's shading to this side of the red line and then this side of the blue line. So it's this little area over here. Okay, that's where they both intersect right there. Okay, so this one here, okay, y is less than or equal to -4. Okay, that is a horizontal line. So the horizontal line is down here. So I'm going to copy that down there. So here's y equals -4, and less than is below the line. So we'll do that one right there. Let's do that. So I know it's going below, okay? And then the other one, what I'm going to do is take that line and get it in y equals mx plus b form. This is a dotted line because there's no equals bar. So I'll divide by 2, divide by 2, divide by 2 to get it y equals mx plus b form, y equals 3x plus 4 form. So I'm going to go as a dotted line, go up to the plus 4 first. And then the slope is 3 over 1, so that means go up 3. Oops, I can't go up 3, so I got to go down 3 and to the left 1. Okay, instead of going up 3 and to the right 1, we go off our graph. The same thing is to go down 3 and to the left 1. So let's do that. It's a dotted line. Okay, and then I tested 0, 0. So is 0 less than 0 plus 4? That's yes. 0 is less than 4. So I'm going to shade this side because 0, 0 is on this side. All right, so it's to the right of the blue line. It's below the red line, so it's in this little area right here is where they both are going to be shaded right there. Okay. All right, so this one says state two ordered pairs that are solutions to number 13. So here's number 13 right there, and we just got to pick just any pairs. There's infinitely many pairs, so I just picked these guys. Just what pairs would be in the shaded region? This one, this ordered pair, this ordered pair. Any of these that are in the shaded region. There's infinitely many correct answers. I just chose -4, 0 and -2, -1. But we could do -3, 2 or -2, 2 or -5, 5 or -5, -2. Any of those would work. Okay, that's why it says dot, dot, dot. Okay. All right, how about this one here? State two ordered pairs that are not solutions to number 14. So just pick any points that aren't in the shaded region. I picked those 2 points, 0, 0 and 1, 1. But again, there's infinitely many correct answers. Okay, state one ordered pair that is a solution and one ordered pair that is not a solution to number 15. So is would mean inside the shaded. So you can see I picked this point right here. So this would be at -1, -5. Did I say -4, -5? Okay, I said this should be -1, -5. Sorry about that, because -4, -5 wouldn't work, I don't think, but -1, -5 would. Okay, so I picked -1, -5 because this is in the shaded region. See, -4, -5 is not. It's not in the shaded region, and then 0, 0 is not in the shaded region right there. Okay, so anyways, so. Easy enough. All right, simplify. Let's distribute that -5 through, okay? -5 times 4x is -20x, and -5 times 7 is -35. Then we'll combine all the x's and the -35 and the 4. Okay, so I get -19x minus 31. All right, guys, we're getting almost done. Find the slope of the line. Remember, m equals y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. So when I did that, you guys, I just chose, it doesn't matter which one you choose to be x1, y1. I always usually pick the first point. Here's x1, here's y1, here's x2, here's y2. And the x's go on bottom. Okay, so this y minus this y over this x minus this x. That's what this says right here. So -4 minus 3 is -7. 4 minus a minus 1 is 4 plus 1, which is 5. So -7/5 is our answer right there. Okay. All right, remember your final's multiple choice, so you got to find the correct answer. All right, write an equation of each line. Okay, so this one here, you guys, right here, I'm going to put them in y equals mx plus b form, and where the line goes through the y-axis right here, here it goes through at 0, that's my b. Okay, and then I'll just find my slope. How much does it go up? I'm going to choose this point right here, and this point right here goes up 3 over 1. So y equals 3x plus 0, okay, which is just y equals 3x. Oh yeah, I was trying to save time this afternoon. I went up to it's faster if I can go up to my board and do this, and so when I'm in my classroom, that's what I did. Y equals 3x, okay? All right, this one here, you guys, this one here's the b right here, okay? So here's b, so y equals mx plus 2, and then the slope is down 2 over 3, so -2/3 x plus 2. Y equals -2/3 x plus 2. Okay, rise over run, that's what our slope is, okay? All right, let's see, what do we have? So, oops, I did a little bit too much here. That's okay. I did the whole thing right here. So for numbers 23 and 24, write the equation of each line in slope-intercept form. Okay, so they give us the slope and they give us a point. So Slope-intercept form, what I first did is converted it to point-slope form. So y minus the y-coordinate of the point equals the m times the x-coordinate, or m times x minus the x-coordinate of the point. Okay, so I did that. So here's x1, y1. So it's y minus 6 equals negative 4 times x minus 3. That's what this says. Okay, and then slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. So just solve this equation for y. I'll put the 4 through. So 4x minus 12. Let's do that real quick. Okay, and then now we'll just add 6. We want to get it in y equals. So we got to get rid of that minus 6. So plus 6 plus 6. Negative 12 plus 6 is negative 6. So y equals 4x minus 6. There's other correct ways to do this. So it just depends on what kind of mood you're in, okay? All right, this one has, I'll show you a different way. So let's find the slope of this line. We definitely need the slope. And then y equals mx plus b. So the slope is 4 minus 0 over 9 minus 5. So I get 4 over 4, which is 1. There's our slope right there. And then now I'll just substitute in. Doesn't matter which point to substitute in, but 0 is a good one. Here's x, here's y. So I'm going to put in 0 right here, put in 5 right here, and solve for b. Okay, so here that is right there. So I get b equals negative 5, so y equals 1x minus 5, or just x minus 5 is that answer. Okay, so same thing. Oh, wait, they want us to put it in point slope form. Okay, this one's easy. They give us everything. So here's x1, y1, here's the slope. So y minus y sub 1, y minus 7 equals negative 1 times x minus 2, okay? All right, so there we go, or just negative x minus 2, negative parentheses x minus 2. Okay, remember this is a multiple choice. You're looking for the correct answer. All right, okay, this one we've got to find the slope first. So the slope of this line is negative 2, and then they want us to put it in point slope form. So we have 2 points. So when you have 2 points, you can either do this point or this point. So and this slope, okay, there's 2 correct answers. Actually, there's more correct answers, but with those 2 points, there's 2 correct answers, okay? All right, so here we go. Write the equations in standard form. Okay, standard form is ax plus by equals c, okay? And then the slope, I told my students, if it is in standard form, your slope is always opposite a over b, okay? I think this is a quicker way. Some math teachers don't teach it this way, but I think this way is pretty slick. Okay, so first they tell us that the slope is is 3. So this is 3 over 1. So here's negative a over b. So negative a must be 3 and b must be 1. So a is negative 3 and b is 1 right there. So there's part of it. Now to get c, just substitute in that point, 1 comma 6. So negative 3 times x, which is 1, plus 1 times y, which is 6, will give us c. So I get c equals 3. So here's our equation. Negative 3x plus y equals 3. Okay, now some textbooks, I don't know what our textbook does. Our textbook's kind of goofy. But some textbooks don't like to start it off with negative. So this is fine. If it was a test and it wasn't multiple choice, I would totally take this. But they might give you this one because all they did is they went and changed that sign, changed that sign, changed that sign. That's how they get this. And all that just means we multiply both sides by negative 1. They're both good. Okay, I think I have one more, I think. All right, so this one contains these 2 points. We've got to first find the slope. So let's find the slope, y2 minus y1. So I did that. So let's see, I did 2 minus a minus 2 is 2 plus 2 is 4. And then 10 minus, it's 10 minus a minus 2. Oh, dang, I messed up. So, no, it isn't. 10 minus, oh, sorry, I did mess up. Okay, so it's 2 minus a minus 2, which is 4. This is going to be 10 minus 0. This should be 0, so I got to change my answer a little bit. Sorry, gosh, I wish I was on my classroom. I could just go up there, no problem. 10 minus 0 would make this 10 right here. Sorry, you guys. So that's a 10, so this would be 2/5. Sorry, so sorry, 2/5. So that's going to change everything. Okay, so what that would mean, you guys, is this is negative a, and this, whoops, you can't see that. This is let me grab this now. This is negative a, so negative a would be negative 2. I'm sorry, negative a would be 2, so a is negative 2, and then b would be 5, okay? So let me go change that. This would be negative 2 right here, and then b would be 5, and then we can just substitute in any one of those points in there. Let me copy and paste that, because that's going to mess me up on the next one here. Okay, so let me get rid of this right here. My mistake. I thought I had everything all squared away. Alright, so anyway, so now I have this, you guys. I'm going to plug in negative 2 right here. This is negative 2, and then plus 5y equals c, and then we can substitute in any one of those points up there. It doesn't matter which points we substitute in. We can substitute in 0, negative 2, or 10, comma 2. I think I chose 0, negative 2. So there that is. Let me get rid of this stuff here, see if it'll let me without taking out everything else. Oh, heck. Well, you see that right there. So let me put that in. Okay, sorry, I gotta fix this anyways before I teach it to my students. So sorry, you guys. So that goes right there. All right, so I'm gonna plug in negative 2 times 0. Let me switch that. Plus 5 times negative 2. Okay, so that's going to get me 0 plus negative 10, so c will equal negative 10 right there. Okay, in fact, I'm going to do that right here. So I get 0 plus the negative 10, okay, equals c. Whoops, that should be a plus, sorry. Okay, and then so c equals negative 10, so negative 10. And then so our final equation is going to be, we're going to substitute that in up there for c. So here's the final answer right here. Again, apologize, but we're right at the end. So negative 2x plus 5y equals negative 10, okay? And now they would probably do this, you guys, or they would probably switch all the signs and make it positive 2x minus 5y equals a positive 10, okay? All right, you guys, I hope that makes sense. Sorry about that last minute error, and good luck on your final. I'll try and get up to worksheet number 4 this weekend. Take care.